Welcome back, Mountain Lions. This is Ms. Marshall, and I just have a few things to share with you before our opening staff meeting on Monday, August the 22nd. Just a reminder that we voted to make August the 22nd a required day, and Friday is now going to be an optional day. We have many new faces joining Sugarloaf, and I can't wait to introduce you to our new teammates. Also, we have some people who are moving to new places at Sugarloaf as well, and we'll go over all of these changes on Monday. We have lots of celebrations this year. First and foremost, we are a Leader in Me Lighthouse School, and we are the only one in Western North Carolina, which is something to be proud of. We have many grade levels who met and exceeded their 70% proficiency goals this past year. Kindergarten rocked it out with ELA and math with 84% in ELA and 96% proficiency in math. First grade, 79% proficiency in ELA and 95% in math. Second grade, you almost met your ELA goal at 70%, but you exceeded your goal in math at 86%. Third grade math proficiency increased by 16 points this past year. Fourth grade ELA proficiency increased by 4.4 on the EOGs. And fifth grade science proficiency increased by 27.6%. percentage points. 32 out of 115 of our ESL students met their AMAOs, and 32 students exited as well. And although the state has not released our test scores, I am predicting just by my calculations that we've met growth once again, and it looks like our overall school composite is increasing from about 55 the previous year to 66 this year. And although that keeps us at a C school, we're only 3.5 points away from being a B, and we can do it, Mountain Lions. I'd like to go over our core values. At Sugarloaf Elementary, we take pride in all we do, and pride is an acronym for our core values. The P stands for purpose, R, responsibilities, I, interdependence, D, determination, and E, empowerment. Our vision at Sugarloaf Elementary is to cultivate the potential of every child to thrive as a lifelong learner and leader in a global community. Our daily mission is to build a culture of greatness for our students by empowering leaders who positively influence themselves and others. And this is our logo, but it also represents our school pledge. In all I do, I believe in me, I believe in you, I believe in us. Mountain Lion pride. Rawr! P is for purpose. Why are we here? Why do we do what we do at Sugarloaf? First and foremost, our goal is to cultivate the potential of every child. We're helping build self-esteem and academic capacity. We also strive to empower learners and leaders who have a positive influence on others with their attitude and service. And we try to help our students escape the effects of poverty so they can be successful in college, career, and life. So what is our purpose? Student learning. What are our responsibilities? What should we do every day to help us achieve our purposes? Well, as staff members, first and foremost, we need to be models. We need to act and dress in a professional manner every day for our students. We need to be on time and put in our time. We need to be prepared to teach. Every single moment in our students' lives matter, and we need to make the most of every minute. We need to model and directly teach expectations, be positive, and show respect every day, all the time. Never yell, argue, or use sarcasm. Minimize the criticize. We need to focus on the positive and be kind. And most importantly, make no excuses. Our kids come with a lot of baggage, and we can't use those as excuses that they cannot achieve, because at Sugarloaf we put kids first. Each and every one can and will succeed. I is for interdependence. How should we interact and work? Well, first of all, we collaborate in PLCs, vertical teams, and committees. We communicate consistently and effectively. We build positive relationships with our students, families, and each other. We help each other because we are a total school team. We seek win-wins because we know together is better, so we focus on synergizing. Let's don't do this alone. It's too hard what we do. Let's do it together. The D stands for determination. What kind of attitude shall we have? First of all, we need a can-do, will-do attitude ourselves. We can do it, and we will do it, and so can our students. No excuses whatsoever. Let's don't say that it's because the parents don't care or that they have no one at home to do their homework with. Only thing that matters is what happens within our classrooms. That's what we have control over. Let's focus on positivity. Let's be solution focused. If you have a concern, voice it, but come with a solution in mind. Like I said before, focus on your circle of influence. What do you have control over? And we'll talk more about this at our opening staff meeting, but we need to have a growth mindset for our students. They can and will achieve. All students can succeed. The E is for empowerment. How do we empower students in their own learning? Well, first of all, we help them to set goals, both personal and academic, and track those goals throughout the year. We give them feedback, effective, descriptive feedback. We allow them time to reflect on their goals and the feedback that we've given them and set new goals. We increase their engagement in the learning process. And that could be with turn and talk or collaborative pairs, communication opportunities, projects, but they need to be involved. We present challenges to them, so problem-based learning. We increase student talk and collaboration, make real-world connections, and provide inquiry problem-based learning. And we can do all of these things with technology as a tool. What are non-negotiables at Sugarloaf? These are evidences that will show others that we will be successful. First and foremost, we teach the standards. We follow the pacing guide. We protect our instructional time. We stick to the schedule, no matter what. We implement units of study. We collaborate in our PLCs. We teach and model the habits during Mountain Lion team time. We maintain our personal education plans, our PEPs, and tier paperwork. And this is very important. We require of our students nightly reading homework, and it should be documented in a reading folder. We schedule field trips. Our kids lack background knowledge, and so we need to give them opportunities to learn more about what they're learning in class. So you should have a field trip first semester and second. We increase student engagement, and first and foremost, we grow kids. It's all about that growth, no excuses. Here are the things that ruffle my feathers. Cell phone use during instructional time. Like I said, our kids are from poverty situations and every minute counts. So please don't have your cell phone on during instructional time unless you've gotten pre-approval from the principal or from the lead teacher. Please check your email at the beginning of the day, during your planning, and at the end of the day because it is a primary source of communication. It ruffles my feather if I come to your classroom and you're not following your schedule. I can't emphasize enough how important it is with children of poverty to be consistent. Not turning in items or completing tasks on time is another item that ruffles my feathers. We need to make sure we do our part and do it right and do it efficiently and effectively. Unkept school grounds, that's another item. Our kids are from poverty, so there's a lot of chaos in their home environment. So we need to make sure that the school is a safe place for them to be, but also that it lacks chaos. So let's make sure our rooms are clean, and let's also keep the hallways, the school, and the other school grounds clean as well. Worksheets. That does not provide student engagement nor differentiation, so we need to have as few worksheets as possible. Sitting at your desk or at your computer while the students work is inappropriate. We need to be working one-on-one with our kids. How are we going to know if they're learning what we're teaching if we're not spending time with them in conversation? Tardiness is another item that ruffles my feathers. We need to be on time and put in our time. Having a no redemption clause for our kids is unfair. Everyone deserves a second chance. They need opportunities to move back up on the CLIP chart or to earn dojo points back. So make sure that your discipline program does have a redemption clause. If you were a child who got on red within the first hour of the day with no chance of earning his way back up the chart, why would he even try? Negative attitudes and excuse making is not allowed at Sugarloaf. We chose to be here at Sugarloaf. We choose to work with the kids that we work with, and we need to give them 100% of our time, of our energy, and we need to do it with a positive attitude. Please make sure that you go onto the Sugarloaf shared documents and review these items by September the 2nd, and there will be a verification training form that you will have to complete. Of these items, some of the most important things are to make sure that you review our behavior guidelines at Sugarloaf, school board policies as well. You also need to make sure that you are aware of my expectations. If you need some support with guided reading and math, that's listed as well. The student handbooks and the teacher handbook is posted. Be sure to look at the last page of the teacher handbook because it'll tell you when your class is responsible for announcements, and it also tells you which bulletin board your grade level is responsible for. The health and safety folder is very important. In order to save some time in our staff meeting, you really need to look over those videos and take those quizzes. Darlene will also go over medication more specifically at the opening staff meeting, and will possibly hold a shorter meeting later on after school starts to revisit some of the most important items. So be sure to look at all of the things in the shared Sugarloaf folder in preparation for the start of a new year. Here are some updates from the front office. Make sure, certified and non-certified staff, that if you know in advance you're going to be absent, to submit an approval for absence form. Teachers, of course, you'll still go into ASOP and enter your absence as well. Attendance is due by 9 o'clock each day. Receipt books and money are due daily by noon. We're not allowed to have cash on hand overnight. 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, your grades must be posted weekly. We give you until 8 o'clock on Monday mornings just in case you're a weekender and like to do some things at home. See Lucia if you want to know more about cash advances or conversion from 10-month pay to 12-month pay. Finally, please don't ask Melinda to make copies for your grade level unless approved by administration. Her main priority is to keep that main office a welcoming environment. She's the first person that our parents see, and she needs to be focused on keeping that an upbeat place. So let's don't overwhelm her with giving her extra work to do. Cafeteria updates. Please directly teach and reteach manners and the noise level that's required in the cafeteria. We still have universal breakfast and lunch, and the procedures remain the same. If you're a new person, touch base with your team so they can kind of catch you up on that. Adult charges are not to exceed $10. When you start receiving paperwork from your kids and you notice they have food allergies, make sure Julie Frank knows. Keep that microwave clean in there because everyone's using it. Reserve the back spaces of the parking lot for our cafeteria workers. And if you do plan a field trip, give the cafeteria a 2 weeks notice. District-wide, here are some updates. Certified staff will receive an average pay increase this year of 4.7%. Non-certified staff will receive a step, a 1.5% pay increase, and a 0.5% bonus in October. From this year forward, there'll be 2 types of licensure, initial and continuing. Initial license are for 3 years, and once you meet state board requirements, then you will then get a continuing license that will be on a 5-year renewal cycle. Once you go into NESAS, you'll notice that Standard 6 is no longer a standalone standard. When we have our opening staff meeting, one of the breakout sessions will be NESAS, and you will be given a timeline for observations at that time. It's important, though, that BT1s, 2s realize that you'll have at least 2 observations before Christmas. We will continue to focus this year on these initiatives: feedback, differentiation, professional learning communities, and the leader in me. These are our school improvement goals, and we're going to do them with purpose, consistency, fidelity, and pride. So we will be focusing on these more throughout the year to strengthen them and make them even better. Once again, we are Sugarloaf. This is going to be the best year yet. We are going to make our names known, and everyone's going to hear us roar.